Just the facts. Presents. 7 signs of adult ADHD in adults. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, also known as ADHD, is the most common mental health problem diagnosed in children. The rate of diagnosis for ADHD is significantly lower in adults. The symptoms of adult ADHD are very similar to those of children with ADHD, but the difference lies in the severity of these symptoms. Adults with ADHD are less likely to be hyperactive or impulsive than children with this condition. Adult ADHD may also be more difficult to diagnose due to the lack of distinctive symptoms between adults and non-sufferers. There are various treatments available for adult ADHD, including stimulant medications, counseling, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, and other self-help approaches. Sign number 1. Inability to concentrate on a task that seems simple. Inability to concentrate on a task that seems simple is called attentional fatigue or mental fatigue. No matter how hard someone tries, the brain just can't focus on a given task. This condition is most common in office-based jobs. The brains of people who work in high-stress jobs, such as those that involve interacting emotionally with others, are more likely to experience this condition. Sign number 2. Inability to listen and follow instructions. The inability to listen and follow instructions can lead to a lot of frustration on the part of the person giving the instructions. These are some of the most common symptoms. Difficulty understanding what is being said. Unable to follow basic instructions. Lack of listening skills. Difficulty following directions, such as in math or cooking. Sign number 3. Easily distracted by unimportant things. Sign 3 is a common sign of autism, which is a developmental disorder categorized by significant difficulties in social skills and communication. These difficulties are often accompanied with restricted interests and repetitive behaviors. People with autism can have a tendency to get distracted by things that are unimportant, like an object or sound. This can make it hard for them to focus on the task at hand or maintain their attention in conversations. The most common way that people with autism communicate is through nonverbal communication, like facial expressions and gestures. People who have difficulty interpreting these signs may show an inability to read another person's emotions or body language. Sign number 4. Hyperactive behavior, easily jumping from one activity to another. Sign 4 is when a person has a tendency to be hyperactive. They are constantly moving from one place to another, and often have trouble sitting still for more than a few minutes. This might be caused by an underlying condition such as ADHD or anxiety. It could also be related to some sort of substance abuse, such as drug or alcohol abuse. The people can also have issues with mood disorders that cause them to experience manic episodes, although this is less common than the other possible causes of hyperactivity. If you are experiencing these symptoms and they don't seem like they go away on their own, it's best to speak with your doctor about getting tested for possible conditions that could account for your symptoms. Sign number 5. Cramming too much into one day, hoarding. Cramming too much into one day will cause an individual to hoard because they are too overworked to do any of the things that they want to do. This is a symptom of hoarding and can be determined by the following symptoms. Inexpensive items such as trash, wrappers, and old newspapers are never discarded. They pile up in a disorganized mess. People feel guilty discarding these items. They don't believe they have the right to throw them away because they might need them later on. They cannot find their way through their clutter because it has taken over their living space and filled up every inch of space in their home, office, or car. They live in fear that if they discard something now, it will be. Sign number 6. Difficulty remembering recent events. The more distracted we are, the more difficult it is to remember recent events. We are easily distracted with the constant barrage of noise and the bombardment of information coming at us from all directions, so it's no wonder that we have a hard time recalling our recent experiences. Sign number 7. Poor self-esteem and mood swings, irritable, emotional, signs of adult ADHD in adults. Conclusion. These symptoms are common in people with ADHD. They can affect the person's mood, social life, and work. In conclusion, the signs of adult ADHD are not always easy to identify because they may be subtle at first. It is important for individuals to be aware of these symptoms so they can seek out treatment if needed. All these signs are not always present, but it is important for an individual to look out for these signs because they can often lead to other problems in their life such as mood swings or poor self-esteem, irritable, emotional. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Just the facts. Also check out the link in the description for cool merch from the channel. Until next time, have a great day. Just the facts. Presents 7 signs of adult ADHD in adults.